Hi everyone, it's your favourite bearded content creator, Anthony Zammit. Today I'm going to talk about gear acquisition syndrome, which affects not only content creators, but also society as a whole. Before I get right into it, I would just like to ask a favour if you can like and subscribe to this channel, as it really helps with the mysterious YouTube algorithm. Gear acquisition syndrome is the unrelenting urge to purchase more and more equipment to act as a catalyst of bringing happiness and possibly a creative spark. Gear is most definitely important for a photographer or a filmmaker. Upgrading your gear may make your work easier. For example, the autofocus system on a mirrorless camera is quite a substantial upgrade when compared to DSLRs. Particular gear may be a necessity, such as having a macro lens when doing product photography for jewelry. There is no doubt, depending on the type of work you do, that certain gear is a necessity and is required to be purchased. It is when gear becomes a fixation, pulling you away from what is important, that it can affect not only content creators, but society as a whole. Let us delve into this deeper. Keeping up with the tech timeline. Technology is constantly evolving, and it is impossible to keep up with it. Most technological upgrades are in small increments. For example, Apple tends to bring out a new iPhone yearly. When comparing the current iPhone to the previous generation, the upgrades are usually not too crazy that you need the latest and greatest. Don't get me wrong, there are times when a new release leads to a major upgrade in the current market, which may even possibly transform an industry, but this usually doesn't happen on a yearly term. An example of an upgrade that transformed an industry is when cameras moved from film to digital format. An advantage of an ever-evolving environment of technology is that you can possibly bag a bargain on the second-hand market. Bringing it back to the field of photography and filmmaking, purchasing previous generation equipment such as a lens can definitely be really helpful for people that are just starting out in this field of expertise. The savings can be really substantial, allowing for lower startup costs in acquiring the equipment needed. Monetary effects. Gear acquisition syndrome tends to affect society as a whole. I'm sure everyone has that friend or work colleague that upgrades their phone yearly, or in the field of photography and videography, purchases the latest and greatest camera body. There is nothing wrong with this, but I think it should be mentioned, as you may feel the societal pressure of keeping up with this trend. This trend will then burn a hole in your pocket when it really wasn't needed. We are led to believe that purchasing equipment will be the only factor in drastically improving our work and solve all of our issues within our field of expertise. It is like someone purchasing the most expensive microphone and miraculously they become a fantastic singer. See how silly it all sounds when you put this topic into perspective? Now let's delve into this even deeper. YouTube trap. Our most favourite YouTubers, particularly ones with a big following, often promote the latest and greatest gear. Watching such content leaves you feeling like you need that new piece of gear, or else your creativity will deflate. Take these videos with a grain of salt. Their job is to promote this gear, as it helps fund their channel. Ask yourself the questions. Do I really need it? How much will it improve my work? How much time will it save me? You get the point? Break it down into a pros and cons situation so you can make a responsible decision. Remember, people don't care about the tools you use, but rather the end result. In the form of videography, story trumps gear every day of the week. Time waster, losing focus on your goals. I have definitely fallen into this trap one too many times. Countless hours have been wasted watching multiple gear reviews. I do admit I am a bit of a tech geek, but I could have been so much more productive, like making YouTube videos. Wasting time in this way can make you lose focus on the end goal of enhancing your skills in your chosen craft. We are constantly falling into this marketing trap, getting brainwashed to make us believe that we need that new piece of technology in our lives. Remember, for large corporations especially, they budget a vast amount of dollars into advertising to make us fall into this trap. So invest wisely. Changing mindset. Deter from gear acquisition syndrome. Work on self-growth. Purchase education instead of looking at what is the latest and greatest gear. Buy online courses which will help provide skills in improving your craft. Learn the ins and outs of what you have. Believe it or not, you probably haven't pushed your gear to its true extent, and that there is plenty more potential still left in it. Older technology can potentially provide you with skills you would have never explored. For example, if you have a video camera which doesn't have autofocus, you can master the skill of focusing manually. Work out how to overcome your gear's limitations without upgrading your equipment. No matter what gear you have, there will always be limitations. No piece of gear is perfect. You will always have to work out how to overcome that particular gear's limitations. Finally, just simply practice more. Don't let old gear tear you away from your passion. Work with what you have and practice, practice, practice. There is definitely a need for new technology. They make our lives and our occupation easier. In the form of film, image quality has been greatly improved thanks to advanced technology. But does that make a film such as The Godfather, released in 1972, a bad movie because it has used technology which is now known as old technology? People want to hear your story and voice. You just have to work out techniques to uniquely convey it to your audience. So ask yourself, what is important in my life? And how can I be a master at my craft? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment on this video so we can continue with this topic. Also, please subscribe, as it truly does help with YouTube's mysterious algorithm. Thanks for watching.